If you're not willing to go to that depth of hurting, pick another goal.
Please welcome Mike Lyons.
With hack squat, basically you're on a fixed plane, so it's basically a reverse of a leg press. There is quite a bit of variations when it comes to hack. You'll see feet low on the pad, high in the pad, wide, narrow. For a beginner, I would recommend going to a spot where you can really push through the heel rather than varying. Get used to the movement first before jumping into narrow, wide, all that stuff. So realistically, you're gonna go hip width apart. Go a little bit high on there, because when you come down, you want all the weight through basically the shin bones, the tib and the fib, and it comes up, and your quads are gonna get more of it instead of drifting towards the toes, and that puts all the pressure on the knee joint itself. Yes, doing this, it might put a little bit more pressure than you should on the knee, but it's better than going to the toe and putting all the pressure on the knee. So it's again that wrist to reward kind of thing. Realistically, any squat, it comes down to dexterity of your ankle. So how much dexterity do you have? So basically, can you dorsiflex, and when you come down, can you really kind of get that full stretch of the calf? That is basically what a true squat is. Realistically, your shin and your back should be in the same plane, should be parallel. That's a perfect squat. But let's be honest, the majority of the population can't do that, so that's where you have these machines that can kind of play around with it. My recommendation is stay on a spot where you can drive through the heel and not tentatively go towards the top. So get yourself underneath, get your back right up against the pad here. I like opening my arms so I feel my shoulder blades against the pad, and then you kind of bend your arms, put them where you want to. With most hack squats, as soon as you come up, the lever's gonna let go. So now all you're doing is basically you're sitting your bum down, and you're basically breaking at the knee, and you're sitting down on that heel. So here I go, sitting down on the heel, coming all the way down, drive through the heel. So yes, in a proper squat, realistically I should be down here, and now you see I have full dexterity of the ankle, and I'm back up. So all depends on how your dexterity is in your ankle, or how flexible you are. But realistically, you want to drive through the heel to get the full benefit of it instead of transferring to the toe. So give that a try the next time you're doing any sort of squat, especially in a hack squat where you're in this fixed position. So you don't want to be transferring to the toe, bringing your hip off the pad, transferring, shifting your weight at all. Everything's kind of stagnant. Only thing moving is your bum towards your ankle. The reason I'm using the band is, to be completely honest, I have bad joints. I was a football player and a track and field athlete before I could become a bodybuilder. So my joints have been, let's say, rode hard my whole life. So I have a torn meniscus in my left. I have a lot of probably tendonitis in my right, and both my plantar fascia on both heels have been tore off the bone, as from playing football as a running back, and I have slight tears in both my sweeps, both the basically bottom of my sweeps. So I have a lot of injuries in my quads and in my knees and my joints. So to save my joints as the more I age, I use assisted stuff. So using a band, it kind of helps you get out of that injury prone area, which is the bottom of a squat. So instead of using it as a reverse and putting more pressure on as you come up, I'm doing it as an assister. So as I come all the way down, it's just helping me get out of that bottom. So when I do start to add weight on, it doesn't have that as much shearing motion on the knees as it used to when I was younger, and I didn't put anything on there but pure weight. So that's the reason I use it. If you're going to use it, just be mindful of how you're using it. If you're using it for this fashion, don't just use it to put on weight. I would rather you learn how to use the weight first before you start using the assistant at the bottom. If you use it in the reverse, put the band on in the beginning. Don't put it on when you get all the way out there. Because when you get all the way out there, people don't really comprehend how much force it is, because it kicks in, it's nothing at the bottom, and it kicks in halfway up. And it kicks in a hurry. So if you are using a band, just be mindful. If you're using it as a force to push against, put it on right at the beginning so you get used to that force. If you're using it as assisting to keep the pressure off the joints because you're getting old and you have issues, again, putting it on at the beginning, get used to that. So that would be my recommendation if you're going to use a band. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, intensity. My honest opinion, if you're getting ready for a show, you better be training that hard. Because if you're not, somebody else is. So, all these guys out there saying, I want to be pro, I want to step on stage with the best, you better be willing to do that. Because everybody at that level has that mindset. We're doing that all the time.
Push. Come on. 4. Go. Go. Let's go. 3. Push. Come on. 2 release. Push. Come on. God. Come on.
So, if you're not willing to go to that depth of hurting, pick another goal. This is not gonna happen. That's my thought process on it. Whew. All right, everybody, so that was some quad movements today for just going over leg press, hack squat. Main things was intensity and being able to kind of focus on that stuff. So like, comment, subscribe, comment on some things that you would like me to kind of step into and discuss, and I'll be willing to do that for you. So everyone get out there, train hard, train intense. I'll be chatting with you soon.